Americans love to eat, and while a lot of foods are approved for consumption by FDA, what about the foods that are not allowed in our shores due to safety concerns and other reasons? We have covered American foods that have been banned in other countries around the world, but this time we're going to cover foreign foods that have been banned from the USA. So stick around to the end to see what makes this list. Before we get any further, make sure to subscribe, like, and share this video with your friends. Alright, let's get right to it. Number 1. Casu marzu, or better known as maggot cheese. While most will make sure to keep their food fresh to avoid it from rotting and getting maggots, this cheese does the exact opposite. Casu marzu literally translates to rotten cheese and is made intentionally to contain maggots during its controversial fermentation process, where the fly lay eggs that eventually hatch to become maggots. Revered as a staple food from its native Sardinia, an island in Italy, the wiggly cheese is illegal for commercial sales in Italy and has been banned in the US. Guinness World Record declared that it's the world's most dangerous cheese in 2009 due to its potential health concerns from consuming live maggots.
The only cheese that I really wouldn't want to eat is this Casu marzu, which is from Sardinia, and in that one it has live insects on it. And what they generally do is either scrape off the insects before you eat it, or they put the cheese in a paper bag and you can hear the insects popping around off the inside of the bag, and you wait until that noise dies down, and then you open it up and then you eat it.
We covered more in depth on maggot cheese in this video, so make sure to watch it. Would you like your cheese melted or with maggots, sir?
Oh, I can see some of them.
This is no gimmick. Having maggots chewing up the cheese gives it a soft texture and a unique taste. And the smell? Whew.
There's literally thousands of them inside this cheese. It's just hard to show you white on white here with our video cameras.
The maggots are the larvae of a small fly that lays its eggs in the milk, and that milk gets turned into cheese. This is another gourmet dish born out of necessity. In hard times, people had to eat what they thought was spoiled cheese, and they actually developed a taste for it. Well, some people did anyway.
Are you...
Number 2. Haggis. Scotland is known for things like Scotch whiskey, Loch Ness Monster, and its extraordinary castles, but it's also known for eating haggis, the national dish of Scotland. For those of you who are unaware of what haggis is, it's a savory pudding that consists of diced heart, lungs, liver that comes from the sheep. After adding oatmeal and seasoning the animal's organs with spices, onions, and peppers, it is stuffed inside the sheep's stomach to be boiled to produce the pudding known as haggis.
I believe this is haggis.
Sheep heart, lungs, and liver. See, you probably shouldn't sell it with that.
It's sheep heart, lungs, and liver, oatmeal, suet, and it's traditionally encased in a sheep's stomach. Sounds pretty good, huh?
But for us Americans who are curious to try haggis, they will not be able to do so since it's been banned from being imported into the US since 1971 as part of a prohibition that was made on consumption of livestock lungs. The restriction stems from the fact that livestock lungs can contain more microorganisms and toxins from the environment than other organs. Here's a fun fact for you. Famed American chef Anthony Bourdain loved haggis.
In mind, this is a punchline to jokes in the States. You know,
right.
as a thing you definitely don't want to eat. It sounds terrifying.
Really?
You know what? It's good. It's really good. Well, we were missing out on a lot of good stuff.
Really good paper.
Number 3. Fugu fish, or also known as puffer fish, is also the very fish that can end the person eating it if not prepared correctly, and let me explain why. According to the FDA, puffer fish contains toxins that are extremely toxic, but that's not all. One puffer fish has enough of this toxin to permanently end up to 30 human beings. So one wrong cut on the puffer fish, and then you just use your imagination.
At Tokyo University of Fisheries, Nagashima Tuji analyzes fugu poison. He hopes to develop an antitoxin for fugu.
A tiger fugu has enough toxin to kill 30 people. The toxin itself, to give you an idea, is 1,000 times stronger than cyanide.
No product has a higher price than the one that's the most taboo, the puffer. It's the seafood version of Russian roulette, an extremely poisonous fish that the Japanese call fugu.
While a delicacy in Japan, only a licensed trained professional chef is authorized to prepare fugu fish, given the risk. The same applies here in the US. While not illegal to consume, only licensed professionals can prepare the fish, but there are very few of them. So this makes fugu fish extremely hard to acquire here, which is practically de facto banned. We cover fugu fish more extensively in this video, so make sure to watch it. Number 4. Black pudding. It's a staple from the UK and is also illegal to import to the United States. Black pudding is a type of blood sausage that is made with pork blood and occasionally beef and sheep blood, along with cereal, which is normally oatmeal or barley. Seems like Uncle Sam's issue with black pudding is similar to that of haggis. It's a food that may contain sheep lung, which has already been banned from consumption in the US since 1971. Looks like you had to take a trip to the UK if you want to try some black pudding.
Of blood? It's lovely.
It kind of looks like a corned beef hash.
It's got like little nuggets in there. I don't know what those are.
Number 5. Bird's nest. It may come as a surprise to some that this is actually a food, but yes, bird's nests are edible and actually considered a delicacy in China, where bird nests are often used in soups. It's created from hardened saliva of the male swiftlet, a type of bird species, and is prized for the high protein and flavor. Now check this out. It can cost up to $4,300 per pound.
The bird's nest commercial industry is dominated by China, with over 60% of the demand coming from the Chinese markets. The processed bird's nest are then shipped to China, where they are graded by hand and the price is assigned according to quality.
However, even if you could afford to try the bird's nest, you won't be able to do so here in the US because it's been banned from being imported due to the potential risk that bird's nests might carry, the pathogen avian influenza virus, or H5N1 for short. Number 6. Horse meat. While it's not illegal to consume horse meat in the US on the federal level, it's been banned from being sold for human consumption since 2006, which means the owners can consume their own horses, but they're not allowed to sell it.
Horse meat. Customers will have a chance to try horse tartare, or raw horse meat imported from Canada. Last year, Congress lifted a ban on the slaughter of horses in the United States, although there is no real market for human consumption of horse meat in the States. Now, many Americans consider horses to be pets, but in some European and Asian countries, it's seen as a delicacy.
The reason is that horse meat cannot be sold or distributed without being inspected first, and there currently isn't any legal process in how the inspection can or may take place. For most, horses are beloved pets, so will probably be kept off the menu regardless.
Triggered a federal investigation after it served horse meat has been given a warning from the USDA. The Department of Agriculture has told the restaurant never to serve horse again.
Tonight, Cure Restaurant in Lawrenceville held a special dinner for Canadian chefs. On the menu, horse tartare, raw minced horse meat. Immediately, some horse lovers were outraged and started online petitions. So the USDA has sent Severino a warning letter telling him never to serve horse meat again. The USDA runs the country's food inspection service. Without inspection, no meat is eligible for the FSIS mark of inspection and therefore cannot be imported into or sold in the U.S.
That is it for this list. We want to thank you if you stuck around to the end of the video and hope you gained valuable knowledge from this. If you want your favorite tomato to keep doing videos, make sure to click the like button, share this with someone you care about, subscribe, and make sure to click on that bell icon to be notified of our new videos. Until then, stay informed, and Genius Tomato out.